Good afternoon, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to our second doubleheader this Saturday, featuring Tybalt and Burst Badger of We Wear Shorts in Winter versus Wreck-It 89 and Fallgran, representing team What's the Big Ordeals. My name's Rybon. I'm joined here in the booth by the one and only Flossie Fern. Flossie, how's it going?
Doing really, really well, Rybon. I'm super excited. This is my first comms for a four-way race, so this should be an exciting one too. Both these teams are incredible.
Yeah, they had their initial match a few days ago, or a couple days ago. I believe Blaze took down Scythe Marshall in that particular match. So right now, We Wear Shorts in Winter is up 1-0, meaning Wreck-It and Fallgran both need to take the game today in order to take the match for their team. So a lot on the line here in week one, and looks like we have a Yang hero. How do you feel about that?
You know, it's kind of a nice, middle of the road baseline hero. I kind of feel neutral when I see him as my starting character. One good thing about him is he's got very cheap gear that's plentiful, so that is a good thing.
Yeah, he can definitely be a challenging hero. The amount of agility manipulation gear for him is, it's not zero. It's kind of hard to lower his agility, but a lot of ways to raise his agility. And you're right, he's pretty much a cheap date. You don't need a whole lot of gear in order to make him usable. So he needs to surround himself by a lot of, individual character that can make use of all that money that we're going to be picking up throughout this seed. What do you think about our objectives today?
Every time I see that complete the giant, it gives me a little bit of pause. But hey, that could be a good alternative to a terrible DKC somewhere else. So I'm never that upset to see it. And there is a trap chest along that way. So yeah, that is one of the flags in this tournament. The trap chests are on the line, and you can get a key item in any of them. Well, except for the lunar subterrane, of course.
Yep, not a lot of fun up there, but you're right. Giant's an interesting one. This is like a 3 key item go mode: Darkness, Crystal, Magma Key, which is guaranteed, and then, pick up a Tower Key. I guess that's a 3 key item go mode. Everything else is a 4 key item go mode, needing Olive Forge or Hook and Pigtail in order to get that 6th objective that's required to win the seed. But this could be a quick one until we run into that giant and there is something up there that we don't want to fight.
There could be a very, very nasty boss at Element's spot, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So looks like we're about ready to start off, and we're going to get to figure out who Yang's best friend forever is going to be. And all chaos will break loose because I'm expecting all 4 of these players to go off in a completely different direction. Good luck to our trackers tonight, J-Mac and Step Lively.
All right, here we go. Yang BFF Tella. So that means we do have access to exit, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, that definitely opens up an early Watery Pass or Wapa looting option. We have CPU here waiting in Baron as well. Glad to find it here rather than find it later elsewhere, because it could be a really long fight up on the moon or on the giant where HP totals are much higher. And yeah, we're off. What kind of items do you think we're looking for, knowing these 2 characters that we have right now?
That is an interesting one. Honestly, these 2, I would probably just be swooping around for some claws, just in case, Ice Claw's always good if you have, a nasty ruby on the table. Looks like Tybalt's going right for Eblan Castle, so we're gonna see some money here.
Yeah, it looks like team We Wear Shorts in Winter love the Eblan play. Meanwhile, Fallgran, Wreck-It are over in Damsey and off in Watery Pass right now. Fair amount of money to be had in either direction, but you do have to deal with these trap chests here in Eblan, which could slow down your looting a bit if you run into one, because right now we just don't have the power to handle them.
Right. And another thing that you would really, really want to see with Teller, or really any black mage, is the Stardust Rod. If you see that in a shop and you can get it, do, because it's really going to make your overworld very simple.
Yeah, that's a good point. Stardust Rod would probably be a priority pickup right here, because, well, Teller can use it. It's a great item that can be used to pretty much clear the early overworld, and well, Yang's not going to do it, so Tella pretty much has to.
Gotta do a little heavy lifting once in a while, Tella.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like Berth and Tybalt are hitting just about every trap chest in here. That's not the worst thing in the world. You'd like to be able to hit, your 150k, 200k money and get on out of here. But it's good to know where the trap chests are for later, so you can beeline to them when you do have the power to actually take them on later, rather than, jumping all over the place.
Right, it is always tempting to, use those hourglasses early, but you might find yourself in a place where you're kind of plinking away really slowly.
Mm-hmm. Well, meanwhile, it looks like Falgran and Rekid both have finished up their looting. Well, Falgran at least has finished up the front of Watery Pass and Damascene Basement. Rekid's going all the way through the entire Watery Pass. A good play with that Tella in hand. A questionable play without that exit available. And we're getting our first look at shops here in Kaipo. Not a whole lot here, but we do get to see who happens to be in the bed.
And I believe that was a Cecil.
That would be correct.
Saw
the
blue
guy is
blur.
in the seed.
Yes, he exists. So will there be crystal swords? Likely.
Likely. Will we get him? Who knows? But that at least me as a runner, that tells me Ordeals is definitely on the table. Ordeals was kind of on the table already with Tella in the party, but with a guaranteed, at least a Cecil sighting, Ordeals had really increased in value. Although it could be a bit of a challenge in that changing with just Yang in there.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Kind of depends on what we scoop up here in our shop check. Would you say like a power robe would probably be a good get if you have a young hero?
Power robe's not bad. It could be leveraged by Yang pretty early and then eventually transferred to Cecil later on when he can make better use of it. It is a little expensive though. It's at 70,000 starting, and I think like Tybalt, for example, full looted Eblan Castle, walked away with about 190k, so that's a big chunk of money right there.
Yeah, that's
it's definitely
a lot of wiggle
nice to
room.
have.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, first part of this flag set is just going to be a lot of looting, a lot of shopping here, as you see.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we found our cat claws over in Mist Village, I believe. No, that's Troya, sorry. Birth Badger picks up 2 for Yang, and Yang is a speedy boy now.
Yeah, Cat Claw is definitely something you want to see early on, as chat points out.
Also found by Birth was an Ice Claw, and Tybalt found a Thunder Claw over in Mist. So we pretty much have all the elemental claws we need for Yang. He is pretty much good to go at this point. We have headbands as well over in Mist, which is a good pickup, and we will get to see from Falgran our character here on Hobbs, which is an Edge.
An Edge, nice. Not sure if I caught any ninja swords going by quite yet, but Edge, obviously, you're happy to see him.
Yep.
And he
no
will
ninja
be...
swords. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, no ninja sword that I saw, but there are indeed drain spears for sale over in Troya for darting.
And yeah, it looks like Edge took care of one of those D-Lunars. Also, just using Flame is a good move too if you don't have anything to dart.
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like Falgran is through that fight, darted the Assassin Dagger, which is an interesting play.
Yeah,
we'll be able to use that over in Castle Eblan as a result. You need a little bit of Western Hobbs looting as well, courtesy of keeping Tella in your party.
Seems like that was a little bit of a light loot for Weho there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe about 15k. Better than nothing, but is what it is. A middle sword on Edge is a pretty high roll, so I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's really not bad. Beats a Flame Claw Edge. And we are going to see Fabul here on Falgran's side. There's some arty arrows.
Yep. And a couple bandanas.
It's always a good
Also,
good grab.
also noticed over here in Mysidia by Tybalt, there are Stardust rods for sale. So
Ooh, very
that item you
important.
called out.
Love to see it.
Mm-hmm. We get a bit of an early Fabul look here. I mean, Falgran is kind of blading through the seed right now. Got Hobbs taken care of. Really just getting started on the seed rather than looting and shopping before like the 7-minute mark is pretty fast in my opinion. So here we go.
Got a good old antlion out of his natural habitat on the moon there. Yeah, the beginning looting and shopping is definitely something to get used to in this flag set. It was very new to me, you know, so it does always feel like you're taking quite a bit of time in the beginning, but you are kind of, you know, you're setting up kind of the building blocks for the seed here, so it's a balance.
It is definitely like, when do you pull the trigger? Do you pull the trigger at the 5-minute mark, the 7-minute mark, the 10-minute mark? When do you feel like you have enough power in order to go forward? And Falgren seems to say, I don't need that much, whereas Urisk and Tybalt has spent a little more time looting, a little more time shopping, have a little more power as a result with those cat claws, that Stardust Rod, which may come into play a little later.
Sure, it's always a balance between kind of hitting it aggressively and you know, doing a lot of prep, so.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we have elements down here in the Antlion Cave. Meanwhile, over here we have an apple from Fabul, so not exactly the best use of time, but a decent chunk of XP for Yon.
And a bandana from Antlion there.
Dude, where are our key items?
I know, I know.
I mean, it is a pretty cool hat at least, but we did pick up like 3 or 4 of them already. Bandanas and headband across.
That's the way it goes, is, you know, in these high shopping flag sets, you're always going to buy something and then it pops up. It's the rule.
Not sure if we checked Silvera yet, so Falgran may be showing us our first look at Excals here, which is good to know, because we do know that the guy is somewhere in the seed. Right now taking a nap, but could be elsewhere too.
You buy that Excal, you'll get a crystal sword for free next.
Buy one, get one free? Well, at least we can dart the Excal.
That is very true.
Urisk and Tybalt pretty much finishing Antlion in sync, both of them being rewarded with their fancy hat. And both of them leveraging exit to save that 30-second walk out of here.
It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. God, I love efficiency.
You know? This game has helped me learn to love it.
Also notable, there were boomerangs for sale over in Mysidia too, so a great way to back row that edge if he isn't already back rowed.
Yeah, I believe we just saw Bursic pick one up, right? And obviously the Stardust Rod.
Mm-hmm. I think Falgran skipped on the boomerang, just picked up the Stardust Rod instead. May come into play later. So what do you think, Flossie? We have a number of checks on hand right now, but those Eblan traps are kind of looming large. When do you think you would pull the trigger on those?
You know, I might be tempted to do ordeals first here with the Tella and everything, just so I have a little more firepower behind me. um,
Hmm.
before I hit those. But we'll kind of see what the runners do here. I don't think just running over there is necessarily a bad move. See how confident they feel, or how much of those hourglasses they want to use.
Yeah, good point. Being able to walk out of that Eblan traps without having used all three of your hourglasses is a huge advantage. Right now, you may not have that opportunity otherwise. Oh, well, we found Blarg, but we need a vessel
Yep.
for the Blarg.
Yeah. Loose blarg.
Oh, and hello, Raiders from Free Enterprise from our first doubleheader of the day. Welcome to this doubleheader of Tybalt and Birth Badger. We Wear Shorts in Winter versus Wreck-It 89 and Fallgran. What's the big ordeals? I'm sure you had a fantastic couple races over there, but please don't spoil the people in chat here, because I want to watch those back later too.
Looks like Fallgran is. Oh no, just looting Baronin. I was gonna say about to tackle it, but no.
Yeah, another bear in, unfortunately.
In.
Another edge waiting for us there, so no deeps available. No real reason to do it right now, I suppose. These three characters are pretty much all the ones we're going to have for the short term by the looks of it.
Yeah, it seems that way. This is our first aggregate check here, right? Yeah. So we're samurai bow. Did we see an arty bow anywhere?
Not yet, no. We saw arty arrows.
That's right. Yeah, tempted. Fallgran's tempted to buy that. Yeah, I think selling stuff to buy that white shirt there. It's expensive, but it's very good gear, so I get it.
And Tybalt finding something very interesting here in the waterfall. That's the D-Mist.
Yeah, speedy D-Mist up there.
So that D-Mist is holding something interesting or required. Say a Darkness Crystal, a Magma Key. Tybalt might have a bit of an advantage here because not everyone checks these free or these boss checks, whether it's Mist Cave or Waterfall.
Yeah, they're easy to overlook, you know. Making use of that Stardust rod up there.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Rekka did pick up a boomerang along his travels, so that will be a back row edge for him. D-Mist goes down. We're not going to know what it happens to be holding, but I'm sure Tybalt will let us know very shortly.
And taking the opportunity to loot a little more in Watery Pass there. And Wreck-It is showing us the first ordeals boss, which is a blue robe.
Uh-oh. Danger.
And it's really. Water Hag. The Water Hag isn't free in this flag set, so you do have to take it all the way down to whatever the HP pool is for the spot. But it shouldn't be too hard.
Well, if Tybalt was going to get an advantage from that D-Mist, it's kind of evaporated. That's just a Dragon Whip from Rhodia's mom.
Ah, yep. It's a no-key item flag set.
Yep. So the remaining runners will not be punished for not seeking out that D-Mist at Waterfall Cave. It's interesting how in sync some of our runners are. Like Tybalt and Birth, both on the same team, were in sync finishing Antlion Cave. Wreck-It, Fallgran, both in sync right now, up on ordeals. Makes me wonder if these teams practice together.
You know, maybe they do. Sometimes you just see, 4 different splits though. So this is one thing about this flag set is there's not really like a route nailed down necessarily. So you'll see a lot of variance.
Mm-hmm.
And the Magus sisters in the back attack spot there.
Yeah, Mindy is the really dangerous one here because these Fire 2s are going to hurt. As Tella, Rip Tella, you're dead now. So sad. Unfortunately, found out. So knocking down Mindy would probably be the most important thing here.
Yeah, that's true. I tend to kind of automatically go for Cindy first, but yeah, Mindy is definitely the dangerous one here.
Cindy is down. At least on Reckitt's side. Falgran dealing with his sisters at the same time.
It looks like on the other side we had a double sparkle going through Baron Inn, I believe. Yeah, so Pale Dim into Plague. Tybalt is through and gets the tower key. Oh
Okay,
wait,
that's
actually, where's that Dark Elf?
that Dark Elf is Bear into.
Baron 2, okay.
So that's a great find for Tybalt and soon to be Burrisk as well. That just means Darkness Crystal is pretty much go mode. You're going to find Magma Key somewhere. It looks like Falgran unfortunately bounced off those Maga Sisters. Reckitt, however, did get through. So a little bit of divergence between these two players on the same team.
Oh, that was Dark Elf's other form. That wasn't Pale Dim, my mistake. Not the worst Baron Inn I've ever seen.
No, it could definitely be a whole lot worse than that. This ordeal, however, has been pretty
A bit nasty.
pretty rude so far.
See who Yang has to fight here.
Come on, Alt Gauntlet. We know you're out there. Well, everyone's doing
Ooh.
ordeals.
Yeah, so we have Darkness Crystal here. Oh, and we
It is
do
Alt
have
Gauntlet.
Alt Gauntlet.
Perfect.
All right, Yang, go for it.
I want to see some kicks.
Yeah, you don't get to see the kicks too often, so it's always a delight when they come up.
So yeah, we're practically in go mode right now. We don't have a Magma Key, but we know it's somewhere here on the overworld. That Darkness and Tower Key is known. That is 6 objectives. Panic? I'd be panicking right now.
I know. Yeah, me too. I'm panicking a little. Yeah, there's not a lot of options here.
And Rekka seems to be having some difficulty right now with this Alt Gauntlet too. The first fight will probably be the worst one.
Yeah, Reckitt resets out.
Choosing to approach this in a different manner, keeping Yang maybe in the back row, speeding him up a little bit with that ninja hat, and as a result, might be able to take the punches from the zombies a little better, get a few more kicks off. But really, once you get through this first fight, the amount of XP will get him to much higher, HP levels and offensive levels. So, just got to get through this first fight.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
And to answer a question in chat for RPG Mel, I believe that's correct. For the most part, you can probably kick in the back row and you will not suffer any damage reduction.
And Tybalt is about to discover the Alt Gauntlet over there. Bursik's doing some Eblan chess, looks like.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we hourglassed this one, so could steal some Bacchus from the Mad Ogres if we wanted to, but we do have Tella after all. It may not necessarily be required.
That is true. I might be tempted to do one or two, though. Tella's a little iffy. All
Tybalt
right.
gets his warning. Hey,
Yeah.
you have a Darkness Crystal and a Tower Key. And this is fun too.
And Reckitt made it through that first fight there, so...
It's one of those moments you wish you had a fire claw.
Oh yeah, one of the only moments.
And it looks like Bersk found a legend sword there in that Eblan trap chest. So another alternative half of Go mode. Or objective, I guess.
Yeah, that would be what, the Tiger Claw for Yang. I'm not sure what else he might get.
I think there is a Tiger Claw, a Dragon Claw, and a God Hand.
The
I'm
God
really not
Hand.
sure which one's
Yeah,
the
that's
best.
right. That's right. Tybalt and Wreck-It pretty much neck and neck here.
Mm-hmm. And Yang's gonna walk into this changing room, walk out a completely different man, you know, like maybe with 5 or 6 more levels, and Edge and Tella's just outside playing cards right now, wondering what's taking him so long.
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting some kick action as well from Birth down here against these Staleman Skull Chests.
A lot of kicking. That's what you get with Yang Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll see Bear. Just kidding.
Uh-oh. Birth, are you okay?
Oh,
We're
that's... Yeah, there we go. That's dicey.
Little rough. Usually that's one of the more dangerous trap chests available in Eblan. Would not fault anyone at all for the Hourglass in that particular fight.
Yeah, unless I'm coming in here way higher level for some reason, I tend to always use an Hourglass there.
All right, Tybalt is through,
Yeah,
as is
true.
Wreck-It simultaneously.
So now that they have darkness, checking the moon is an option. There is a character up there, and there is a trap chest that is potentially doable at this point.
Yep, absolutely. That character up on the moon could be a Cecil too.
That would be very nice.
It'd be very nice for our runners. Less nice for, us, because it shows a little more challenge.
Really.
All right, Birth get through that Staleman Skull Chest, and I believe that was just a Stardust Rod, so just another dupe. Looks like Tybalt will be the first to show us, or raise the whale and potentially show us his character up on the LST.
What do you think about the early Bahamut boss check?
I'm not really a fan of it. In pretty much every situation, I'm not going to be able to do it my first time up.
Right, yeah, I was kind of thinking that as well. It's kind of, sort of tempting, but the information isn't really going to help at this point.
Some people really like the information. I can't blame them for it. I mean, it's good to know if, for example, a DKC sitting there because you are not getting through that. And now you spend more time on Earth looking for an alternative objective instead.
That's very true. That is very true.
Outside of like that corner case, the information may just more often than not will end up being like, oh, it's an Octomem, or oh, it's Baigan. Like, okay, well,
Right.
I'll
Hard
deal with
boss
it when I have
can't do
to.
it yet. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tybalt, who is on this LST altar waiting for you? And And meanwhile, we have found our magma key behind that Black Cat Lamia chest over in Eblan,
Oh
so
yeah, nice.
we are in no mode.
Feels good to have options. Oh, and we have a cane waiting for us on the moon.
That is neat. I'm not sure if we found an Avenger yet for him.
I don't know that I've seen anything that great for Kane hanging out in the shop so far.
Yeah, I've seen a Blither Spear over in, I think it was Silvera, which is okay. A White Spear in a different location, which is really expensive for what it is.
Right, right. And Tybalt's going to show us the hairdryer chest here.
Wreck-It, meanwhile, has finished up Baron Inn. With that Darkness Crystal in hand is one key item from Go Mode, and could be our first player in Go Mode today, if he decides to go do Eblan first.
And Falgran's about to get his taste of the alt gauntlet here.
Hopefully, he won't be too disappointed.
Yeah, I know.
And Birth is our first player underground today. Checking out Dwarf Castle first, finding life potions. Love buying like a 30 stack of those when I find them. They're just so cheap. I'm not sure why anyone dies in this world of free enterprise. Like,
they're just right there. Just get them.
Yeah. Couple long swords, not a bad pick for Edge if you are interested. That Fire Claw would have been useful earlier. Surprise, Falgran.
I know. Get through that first fight. You're good.
All the kicking. All the time.
Wreck-It is going for the Zot check, or what I should say, the Flame Dog check here.
The up dog.
Yeah, the up dog. I wonder if he'll check the Maga Sisters spot for G-Miss too.
Huh. I mean, we know
where it is. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Falgran doesn't, or not Falgran. Wreck-It doesn't. Falgran also doesn't, but he's got other things on mind right now.
Didn't check. Right. That's right. Through the first fight. Good.
I'm not sure if Tybalt got a key item from those hair dryers. Doesn't look like it. So
I kind of, yeah, I blinked. That's fine though. Always need XP in this flag set.
Thanks, Mio. Turned out it was a Dragoon Spear, so hey, we have a cane weapon now.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you don't hate to see that. And Tybalt is opting for the Bahamut check here, so we'll get a sneak peek at who the boss is.
Mm-hmm. All right, show me a DKC.
He loves to be here.
Survey says, it's okay. Actually, not as scary as people think Val is on the moon.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
Could be better. Could be worse.
All right, we have found the up dog. The up dog is down, courtesy of an ice claw, and that is a sand ruby.
We have a sand ruby.
That is a Cecil.
Yep. Yeah. All you gotta do is go grab him.
Wreck-It has the guy. He knows the guy is in bed. That's actually a really big play right there.
It's huge. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And the Excal is something that he has, right? Or do we just know where it is in the shop?
I believe Wreck-It saw it in Silvera.
Gotcha.
He has knowledge of it.
That's right. That's right.
And looting what appeared to be almost all of the chests here in Zot to find that flame dog probably has the money for it too. So this is an interesting party setup we have. Yang, Kane, Edge, Cecil, and Tella. Where's all our white mages at?
Yeah, we have like a fifth of a white mage in Tella, I suppose. He's gonna have to do some work. Tella's probably the hardest working man in Free Enterprise, though, honestly.
Tybalt is beelining that Black Cat Lamia chat is going to get his Magma Key here, and will officially be our first player in Go mode tonight.
Yeah. And we are about to take a peek at the Feymarch bosses here, who could be pretty nasty, so we'll see.
All right, who could it be?
Oh.
One of those is better than the other.
That evil wall there, you know, not pleasant. Though you do have your King Queen of Eblan there hanging out in the king spot. They're not free, but they will be pretty doable.
They're pretty doable now, but I do like Bursk's play of just not even taking it right now, even though he could. It'll be faster later, and you have to come back down here later for that evil wall anyway, so just do it then.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Did we actually see any ribbons in the shop, or did anyone pick them up? Do you know?
I did not see, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No one appears to have one in their inventory, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Oh, Neobari in chat says ribbon was in Feymarch. Okay.
Ah, I see. So Bursk would have that knowledge. Bursk also had that Earth Crystal, which I believe was a Feymarch freebie. So...
Ooh, yeah, okay.
If you like money, then they're the place for you to go. That's a little dangerous for Bursk because that seems to be leading him away from Eblan at the Ordeals at the moment, which is his darkness crystal.
Yeah, that is true. And that Zot check is very tempting because of the trap chest that's there, so I understand the logic there.
Yep. Like Bursk probably will not be too unhappy finding, that Sand Ruby and a vengeful Cecil out of it. So maybe it's just a Cecil waiting for you in Earth Crystal or Zot as well.
Could be some.
Oh, and of course. There's the tab.
Yeah, there it is.
Sheila's got jokes. It looks like Tybalt, other than beating up these tiny mad ogres right now, is stealing a few Bacchus, managed to get at least one. And that'll have to be enough because down they go. Bursk is following up that pan immediately too.
Yeah. I don't blame him. Get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've seen any trap chest checks in either of the underground caves yet, so we'll see if that even comes into play. I personally don't like doing that.
Yeah, it's not exactly the most fun. We do have Tella unlocked at least on a few of our players this evening, other than Bursk. Everyone here can cast Float, which will make Warriors a whole lot more doable. But yeah, I'd still be a little tempted to avoid Sylph traps, especially if you're Tybalt, for example. You're already in Go mode. I don't really need anything else.
Yeah, no reason to run around down there if you don't have to.
Yeah. But Tybalt already being in Go mode may pretty much be thinking, well, I don't need anything else, which means you're not going to find that Sand Ruby. You're not going to go do the up dog. You're not going to get that Cecil. You have to get through the remainder of the seed with that party you have right now.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I would definitely be kind of racking my brain a little bit if I was Tybalt.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tybalt looks a little ahead right now. Um, Wreckit with that Cecil in his party could definitely close the gap.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's very major.
And Sheila has a good, not necessarily the goods, but a pink tail from that pan turn in. That is half of an objective.
That is true. We just need the hook, and we can get that one knocked out.
Yeah, just skip that giant of Babel. I don't want to do it anyway. It's a stinky place.
I'm not planning. Yeah, you don't want to do it.
Hmm.
Just blank that objective out of your mind until you have to.
This is not the objective you're looking for. It looks like Rek is trying to get through these Eblan traps without leveraging a hourglass, and should be able to at the very least.
Yeah, that feels good. It feels good to be able to get through those without hourglassing, because you know, battle gauntlet, or you know, if you do end up having to do a cave trap chest, like you really want them.
Oh yeah, especially with hair dryers, for example, excellent target for, as Tybalt showed earlier, for an hourglass. You throw an hourglass, you kill them, you life switch 3 of them, you get 50k XP. That gets your Cecil to very usable levels. And interesting here, well, Tybalt already in go mode still wants to take on these trap chests on the way up. Could be an alternative go mode for him. Potentially finding, say, the other half of Forge in a trap chest. So still keeping his options open rather than beelining for the end game.
I understand that. You want to make sure you have options. You want to make sure you have levels. So I totally get that.
And armed with that Thunderclaw has no problem knocking down these trap chests very quickly. By the big bomb, so womp womp. Not exactly what we're looking for.
At least all the monster chests seem to be a little closer together than they could be.
Mm-hmm. Chest number 2 has a Zeus Gauntlet, a little better this time around.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Both Fulgran and Wreckit again in sync, taking on this trap chest here in Eblan that will give them their magma key. And finally, at that point, what the big ordeals will be both simultaneously in go mode.
A lot of synchronicity this time. I kind of wasn't expecting that. We'll see if it continues.
Coming to an Olympics near you, synchronized free enterprise.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, finishing the fight simultaneously. Magma key obtained, and yeah, what's the big ordeal? The first team tonight with both players in go mode. Meanwhile, it doesn't look like Tybalt's finding any love from these trap chests.
Yeah, just a bunch of samurai bows. We got a pretty bow-free party here. And Bahamut in the super cannon room. Just swing at him.
And that is Sand Ruby for Burrisk, so I don't believe he checked Kaipo. He may not necessarily know that it was Cecil waiting for him, but should check it later and will definitely push him to ordeals where his Darkness Crystal awaits. There is Tybalt completing our first objective tonight, destroy the super cannon. So just pretend that like half of number 3 is lit up on Tybalt's side. And that is an XL purchase for Wreckit. Cecil's online.
Yeah. Gonna wreck it.
Wreckit is going to wreck it. Good point. Looks like a Luca key from that final trap chest up there.
And looks like Tybalt isn't going to check the top boss unless I missed that he had.
I don't think he peeked at it, so that will remain a mystery for now. Can't blame him on that one. He's got about like 19, 20k
It's yeah,
HP.
not
Just a beefy
necessary.
boy.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard not
And we
to
still,
want to clean out the tower, though.
hmm and we still get a nice key item check from this tower key. Could be that adamant that Tybalt is almost certainly looking for.
That would be really, really nice right about now. It's a protector ring. Yeah. Useful, but, you know.
We'll take it, but...
So the job dwarf is a tax lawyer, just so everyone knows.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I did my taxes today. I could have used the services.
Yeah, there you go. Ogre Axe purchase for Kane there in Tamra.
And a dwarf axe as well. So we have a back road cane. That's not bad.
Back road cane's not bad at all. Oh, and we see we have a new character. We got a Sid in Zot. Looks like a Kanatsu in the Golbez spot in Dwarf Castle there.
Mm-hmm. Sid is an
sneak peek.
Sid is an interesting character here. Not sure I would take him. I mean, Burith doesn't really have much of a choice. Finds his Cecil too, so doesn't even need to turn in that Sand Ruby.
Yeah, easy. And Falgran's doing the warrior chest there with the nice float going on.
And by the sound of it, living dangerously, not saving, but should be fine by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think we're going to be all right. We have an Archer Sid make use of the samurai gear we found there.
And what waits for us here at Zot 2? This is actually a moderately dangerous spot, very high magic.
It's an easy spot for at least me to underestimate sometimes. Oh, and we have Wyvern.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. Kind of. Not for Cecil, but...
Not the worst witch burn I've ever seen.
But now we're at the clock. We have to do about 6,000 damage very quickly.
Right.
We're halfway there. Burith is okay.
Let's see what Wreck-It makes of the Feymarch bosses up there. Decided to save really fast.
And there's Lugate in Dwarf 1, with, as we now know, Kainado in Dwarf 2. This should be a relatively doable Dwarf Castle for Tybalt.
And Berserk through the Wyvern.
Falgran getting his magma key again. Did I miss it? I thought he got his magma key earlier.
I thought so too, but yeah, that's interesting. I'm not sure what happened there.
Reset out of the warrior chest. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Looks like, yeah, Wreck-It's going for Dwarf Castle here. Gonna hit the Lugay. And we do have Atella, so can pull off the warp glitch.
Now, notably, it looks like Bursic found his hook from doing Zot. So,
interesting.
With that pigtail in hand.
Yeah, there we go. That's big.
That is huge. So, at least for Bursic, we can take Giant off the table if he no longer wants to do it. He's also going to find this D-Mist. Good spying, good finding, but won't necessarily be the value he's probably hoping for.
No. Gotta make the check, though.
So with that in mind, we know where Pinktail and Hook is. We pretty much have already found, everyone's found Tower Key already. We have half a forge. Where is that adamant? That is pretty much the only item Tybalt's looking for.
Yeah. Let's see what is waiting for us in Dwarf Castle. It's possibly here. That would be very convenient for Tybalt.
Yeah, Tybalt and Wreckit both. Looks like we're turning that Pinktail immediately too. Could be a crystal sword, which I'm sure Berthic would very much enjoy.
Wouldn't be a bad thing. So Luca's given the Baron key away there, and we are about to see what's in Luca Cave.
I don't think we'll be doing
cave.
Baron.
No. Diamond armor. Road on Kane, I guess. Yep.
Shiny, I guess, but yeah. Fortunately for Tybalt, quite a bit away still from 10 key items, so that Baron key is probably not going to do him a whole lot of good.
And I think JMac in chat saying that Pink gave Crystal Sword. Yeah, okay. All right.
Oh, very good. That Crystal Sword, that DKC sitting in your party, Berthic is going probably straight to Ordeals and will be very happy to find the item he finds up there.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, could very well be in the driver's seat of all four of these racers right now. Despite being the last one to find Darkness, we'll be able to skip that giant, and we'll have a Crystal Sword Cecil online. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, things just really do turn on a dime in this flag set for sure.
I don't know. Looks like Berthic is choosing to do the trap chest down on the hook route first, so looking for more. May I find his adamant down here instead?
Yeah, completing ordeals, you know, at this point isn't necessary to get through these chests. So I get it. If you have it in your head, you know, you might just want to do it so you don't forget later on.
Sure thing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7 key items. Darkness will be 8 for Berthic. If both of these chests down here pay off, along with that power shirt, which is a very nice find, picking up 2 of them, Berthic could have a very easy time leveling that Cecil to power over stupid levels.
He's grabbing 2 Misamenes for Edge, so things are about to get really powerful for Berserk.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if Fallgran showed us what came out of that warrior chest, but Tybalt's about to do so. And it is a Moonveil.
Moonveil. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, we take those here. That's very useful for that evil wall waiting for us at the bottom of Famark.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Feels way less scary with that.
Fallgran is opting to do tower traps, just like Tybalt did earlier. So we'll find a Luca key, but not a whole lot else.
Looks like Wreckit's on the same page there. Berserk getting that Cecil online should just shred through ordeals here at this point.
And did you see what Tybalt just picked up?
I wasn't looking.
A ribbon.
Look at that. Set up so perfectly.
Yep. So I would not be surprised at all if Tybalt just takes both of these Famark bosses his first time down here. You want to go save first.
Yeah. Or just go for the King Queen. Opting to cure up with Tella first.
Now the King Queen Eblan is not exactly the most challenging boss anywhere, especially not here, but they are pretty beefy. I mean, between the two of them, they still have about 35k HP.
Right.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to run in here with like 1 HP, you know, and think you're going to get through it like in the free boss flags.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that always struck me as a little weird is that Feymar's bosses are some of the most challenging bosses in the game, but they give some of the lowest XP for a boss location, like 28k here from the Leviathan spot.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating. They're an interesting spot too, because potentially, you know, with a early magma, you can see what they are really early, and it's tempting to kind of run in there if you see something that you think might be simple, but you know, there's pretty much no boss in this particular flag set that's not going to give you somewhat of a run for your money, depending on where you're at. So.
Yep. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you need to do something or should do something. And, you know, the temptation was certainly there early on, like, King Queen Eblan, that's free. I'll just go in there and just hit them until they die. They fire me for 20 each. Who cares? But then, like, 7 minutes later, you're thinking, maybe this wasn't worth it.
Right. And yeah, and you know, there's always, like, the shameful potential of wiping to them, too. And
Never
even though they're
happened.
not free... Oh, yeah. Never.
Never, ever. All right, Berthic is about to get his good news. Go mode is here.
Darkness is going to feel pretty good for him, I'm sure.
And doing this so late, Yang has so many more levels. His kick is going to be far more powerful. Could get through, or should get through, this all gauntlet a whole lot faster.
Yeah, it's fun to see, like, a higher level kick. Very rare.
And with that, all 4 of our players are now in go mode.
And yeah, that queen's not going to just vanish once the king's gone, so you do have to kind of plink it down there, as you can see with Tybalt.
Yep, bit of a long fight for Tybalt, but he will get through it. I guess the question is, will he? He did buy that ribbon. He does have a moon veil.
Yeah.
He can also get through that evil wall, but will he choose to do it now or come back later when he has more offense, I guess?
I might be tempted to do it now. I don't know. We'll see what Tybalt decides.
Mm-hmm. But Rickett is giving us a check that Tybalt chose not to do. That's a mom bomb at the top of the Tower of Babel. And we're taking it on.
And Barry in chat saying we got another Moonveil of King Queen Evelyn, so we're Moonveiled up for that evil wall fight.
Yeah, it definitely enables a lot up on the moon if you happen to find a nasty Octomam, or not Baigan, because we've already seen Baigan, but a nasty melee boss up on the moon. That moon veil definitely takes the tension off that particular fight. So by all means, use your moon veil now against Evil Wall. You have plenty to spare. You can't take him to the next seed.
I keep thinking you can.
Of course, the challenge is getting that moon veil off before Edge dies.
Right.
That should be good.
Yeah, we're good there.
And Edge stands alone. But yeah, Tybalt did pick up a couple Bacchus earlier, stealing from those Mad Ogres, so you can just Bacchus right here. And go take a nap. Get a sandwich. Something. Because we're going to be here for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And Fulgrim doing the Zot check here.
I have not yet found that pink tail. We'll have to chase Sheila 1 into Pan into Sheila 2 for it, but would give him a nice alternative to that giant as well. And they're the adamant at top of tower. Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
Well, team What the Big Ordeals both will not be doing, or, well, at least Wreck-It will not be doing giant today. Allgran may very well not be as well if he chases that Pan or Sheila 1 line. Right now, the only player that looks like they're likely to do ordeals is, well, all of We Wear Shorts in Winter.
Yeah, that is so interesting.
I'm sorry, all of Giant, that is. Anyway.
Right.
So that's, right. That is a Crystal Sword on Cecil for Berserk. And life is about to get very, very quick and violent for Berserk's party.
That Mom Bomb, it's so interesting. I really would not want to have done that boss if I was in Wreck-It's position and saw it. But yeah, I mean, you never really know like the way the seat's gonna turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is a evil wall down. Tybalt has 3 objectives done. And a white shirt.
Cecil can wear it. Oh, he doesn't have one. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. And that is the big differentiation right now between Wreck-It and Tybalt. Tybalt is ahead on objectives, but Wreck-It is going to be able to skip that giant, which Tybalt will not. And Wreck-It is also going to have the guy with a shiny sword. Currently just has an X-Cal, not a crystal sword, but still a very significant power differential between Tybalt and Wreck-It. And the big question in my mind right now is, can Tybalt continue to leverage this lead as Wreck-It slowly chops away at it with his more powerful party?
Absolutely. That's always an interesting race to me to see, you know, like someone who's a little more geared up catch up to somebody who's ahead.
Mm-hmm. Is it a sprint or is it a marathon?
Right. And Wreck-It forged the Tiger Claw, I believe.
It is one of the, I believe, weaker ones. So just 10 agility, 10 vitality. Speeds up Yang, which may not necessarily be something you want.
That is
and doesn't
true.
really increase his offense. It looks like Wreck-It is setting up for Warrior Chest here, getting as well Cecil into cover range, or getting everyone else into cover range for Cecil. But also potentially a good play for that evil wall later on too.
Right, exactly. I love cover strats.
So we're coming up on an interesting point to see. Berserk is up here in the tower, needs to do the tower key as well, but a big question right now is, will Berserk choose to do that Mom Bomb at the top of tower or not?
Yeah, that'll be...
so.
Yeah, sorry.
No, by all means.
Oh, yeah, I was basically probably going to say what you were saying. Is just it's going to create like a pretty interesting split if he decides to do that.
Yeah, I think that would give Berthic a significant advantage over Falgrand, who he's
Right.
racing one-on-one right now. Uh, being able to skip that giant and having the Cecil already online. I'm not sure if however, it looks like Berthic is actually going to end up doing that mom bomb, getting set up here at the top of tower. So yeah, it could be a significant time save for him. Meanwhile, Tybalt is leaning into it, eating that frog and going to the giant.
Go for it, Tybalt.
Yeah. Tybalt reset out of the pan according to our tracker step, lively, and
Gotcha.
it's an interesting choice. Won't get that pink tail, but was probably never going to do that anyway for that hook, so not going to end up costing him too much. I think at this point he's looking for adamant or bust, and it's a bust. He's not going to find it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But he is lighting everyone up. He's going to try this last arm up here in the giant. Maybe for still looking for that that adamant, which he won't find, but maybe he'll find something different, something interesting. Not sure what.
Best case scenario for him is just some good piece of gear, I'm thinking.
Well, Falgrand is through the tower with that. We'll get his hook. Berthic is working slowly on that mom bomb.
It's an annoying boss. Kinda anywhere.
And Wreck-It is down here in the Fey March. Looks like gearing up to take on both these bosses right now. Had the Moon Veil in hand, however.
And also a ribbon.
Yeah, interesting call though to put the ribbon on Tella.
Mm-hmm. Going for the King Queen first there.
We got a key item from the last arm. It was a twin harp. I don't think we're doing it.
No. It's a crowd pleaser, but probably not today. There's some pretty nasty bosses we haven't seen yet that could show up here. I'm thinking Ogo would be kind of gross.
Yeah, Tybalt doesn't really have the levels you would normally want to have up here on the giant. So running straight into 105,000 HP of Dark Imps is not what you want to see here.
No, this isn't. And we did get a reset here.
Now, I believe Tybalt still has a Moon Veil, so this is very doable. It's just very slow.
Oh, right, there was that second Moon Veil. Yeah, well, gonna take it on. Get a lot of experience, too. On whoever lives.
Yeah, we may just see more of the same strategy. Just Moonveil up that edge, turn on Berserk, go make a sandwich. But down goes Tella. Rip Tella again. No, we are going to light.
We're lifing Tella up here, yeah.
Not going anywhere for a while.
Did he throw the Moonveil on edge? No, he just attacked, I see.
No, the Moonveil had yet to be used, but these Dark Imps, unfortunately, are in one of the fastest spots in the game. They are outspeeding all of our characters right now. And, yeah, it's going to be a challenge for Tybalt. I think the Moonveil may be his only feasible option here.
And Berserk gets that super cannon done.
It is 2 objectives for Berserk. Does have that adamant in hand too. That'll be objective 3. The giant. That pretty much means that Berserk has every objective open to him in this seed right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting to see what combination he picks. I'm pretty sure giant won't be one of them.
Looks like Tybalt did another reset out of the imps and is kind of setting his party up a little differently here.
Trying to slow down that Yang as much as possible. Understandable. You slow down the Yang, he's your hero, he's your anchor, you speed up everyone else, potentially.
I do really want to see that Moonveil get used here.
It looks like Tybalt wants to preserve that Moonveil as long as possible. If he can get through this fight without it, he will, but I don't know if he can get through this fight without it.
Yeah, we'll see.
And meanwhile, Wreck-It is getting cover strat set up yet again. I believe he finished off that King Queen Eblan, but now is staring face to face with an evil wall. One thing Wreck-It did not do compared to Tybalt is steal Bacchus, so it does not have Bacchus available. Maybe opting to do cover strat for this specifically because of that reason.
Oh yeah, Barry in chat brings up a good point. Possibly Tybalt saving that Moonveil for the Val in Bahamut.
Very well could be. An interesting thing about the Moonveil and Val, however, that Val will still be able to cast Petrify on you, so it doesn't make the fight completely free, but it definitely makes it a whole lot more doable.
Yeah, true. Wish there was something, they'd invent something to block that Petrify.
Oh, right, the ribbon. Whoops. Okay, maybe that is what Tybalt's thinking.
Okay, yeah.
We have cover strats going over here on Wreck-It side. Wreck-It also opting not to use the Moonveil here. That's also not exactly taking a whole lot of damage, though. Does have some crystal armor equipped. Opting to use the Moonveil now. And now it's a race. Can you do the requisite amount of damage before he begins crushing your party to death?
Yeah. So looks like Tybalt just used that Moonveil on Kane up there.
Probably using the last Bacchus as well. So, yep, time to go make a sandwich again.
And Bursik scooping the Moonveil from the Warrior's chest. They are highly needed in this seed.
Yeah. Be very difficult to do this evil wall without that Moonveil. I believe that everyone found it now except for maybe Falgran. Here come the crushes. Down goes Edge.
Nice.
And down goes the evil wall.
Crushes make my heart rate go up.
That is 4 objectives complete for Wreck-It. I think he's kind of in the driver's seat against Tybalt right now. Finding those alternatives to the Giant is really going to pay off here.
Yeah, absolutely.
On Wreck-It, a man after my own heart, putting Exit in the proper location where it belongs, in the bottom left. Cheers to you.
See, I always lose it at the bottom of my purse, so...
Oh.
Kane, just getting tired up there, but he'll get through it.
Kane had a lot of endurance. Unfortunately, so do these Dark Imps. Hitting for about 1,000 a shot here. Kane's gonna have to attack about 105 times to get through this fight.
No kidding. Yeah. Oh, and we get a reset. Huh.
That's unfortunate. Tybalt is like, nope, I ain't doing the giant. I'm gonna find an alternative.
I understand when you're in a race and you're in a long, nasty fight like that, it's just, you start getting into this like cost benefit analysis, and reset might be the move.
So Tybalt's like, I'm gonna go do Sheila 1 and Pan again and just chase that Pan. So we back on the Pinktail train for him. But yeah, that's gonna hurt. That was a lot of time spent up at the giant.
Yeah.
But he's
absolutely.
going down the right path at the very least to find an alternative go mode. Wreck-It, meanwhile, up here on the moon, or heading to the moon, really just two objectives left for him. That Val should not give him a problem with that Cecil, so it all comes down to what is waiting on the Mothbean altar for him, and we'll find out.
We have not seen Antlion. Or have we? We have seen Antlion.
We have.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have not seen DKC.
We've been. Oh. Honestly, he's the scariest boss in this flag set to me.
Yeah, DKC would be let's go to the giant instead option. And then you see the Dark Imps and you're like, maybe I should go find a Pinktail and a hook.
Exactly. Seeing that Val. Let's go.
Not that bad.
And Berserk getting a taste of evil wall down there.
Berserk should have little problem with this fight. Seth will go burr, as people say. As the kids say.
Those dang kids.
Although, sadly, with Tella dying yet again, which tends to be a trend this seed and most other seeds, we don't exactly have access to Berserk.
It's like Sid's gonna chemist here and attempt to bring him back.
And Pan turn in for Tybalt. They're the Pinktail. We're the hook. It's precisely on Tybalt's mind right now.
Yep, absolutely.
So if you're a Tybalt fan, you're going to want to see him go do the Tower of Zot right now, which is right next door.
Going in a different direction here.
Underground we go. No, to the moon.
Oh, going to the moon, yeah.
I don't mind the play. Doing those Dark Imps is not impossible, of course, but it would be a whole lot faster with some moon levels.
Right, exactly. Rickett is holding his own against the Val up there.
That wall got a little close, but Berserk is through. That Val should be going down momentarily too. It's been taking a lot of punishment.
I keep thinking, oh, this hit. Oh, this hit.
Certainly this one. Young is looking like rock solid right now too.
Yeah.
No, this hit. No, this hit. Sid,
Well,
you're looking
fine.
pretty
Oh, there we
hard as
go.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sid got punchy there. No arrows.
And that's pretty cool.
Ooh, an Avenger.
Tessa will appreciate that.
In a flag set where Bacchus swine is few and far between, you love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Falgran's also going to show us what's here in Baron. Unfortunately, we know where all the valuable key items are. But what could be interesting is who's sitting on the Baron throne. If DKC, then we know that Rekket had a pretty clear path to finishing this seed.
That's very true.
The Mylon Z, I believe.
Mylon. Did we see Mylon A? I don't remember. Oh, no.
Here, let me saw Mylon Alpha. There he is. Okay, that's fine. Still a boss you would like to see down at Masamune, but whatever.
And we are approaching that altar right now.
All right, Tybalt. What punishment waits us here?
Okay.
Not good.
Yeah. I'm not 100%. Yeah, he's resetting. If we picked up an Ice Claw anywhere or anything like that.
I believe we did. Ice Claws were located, or at least co-located with the Cat
Yeah, there
Claws.
it is. Slamming it on immediately.
Yeah, this is one of those lower the battle speed and then just try to cover with Cecil while everyone else does, you know, power punch or jump or whatever. Nice ice brand too. So very doable for Tybalt. Rekket shouldn't have too much trouble with it either, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, he's a gross boss, but he's not the grossest. So, and if you have ice gear, you're halfway there. It looks like Falgran saw an actual white mage, according to chat. I kind of didn't see if it was Porum or Rosa. It was Rosa.
Oh, Rosa.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That Rosa's going to no exit, but we know exit at home already.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a little bit of we have a big race on our hand, but one sub race is who's going to finish this seed first. Berthik just needs to kill Val and he's done. Rekket has to finish that Ruby.
Right.
Now they aren't racing each other, but still. A little bit of glory being the first one of 4 to finish. Rekket is not even saving, going straight on down to this
Look at that.
altar.
Yeah, going for it. Brave.
Look at the noodles on Rekket. Should be fine.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Oh, and Tybalt is through Ruby.
Might be fine. You can dart the Avenger if you want.
There's a crystal sword for you.
Neat. Tybalt still needs to find a paladin to wield it.
Right.
It's a little dangerous zerking up the Cecil here. These counter fire twos hit for a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're kind of no joke at this spot for sure.
And without saving, Rekket could be in a little bit of actually, a lot of difficulty right now.
Ouch.
And taking the reset.
It hurts. And going for the giant. Yeah.
It's a strat. But Berthik is done with that Vel and done with this seed. First one finished on
Beautiful.
Restream.
GG Bursic Badger.
GG's. And with that badum, Berthic is here in Discord with us. GG, sir.
Thank you.
Very, very well played, Bursic. How are you feeling?
My heart has slowed a little bit from when it was pounding at the end.
Yeah, it was very exciting. How did you feel about that last Val fight?
I mean, once I peaked it, like, I have a Moonveil, like, this is free.
Right,
So,
right,
pretty
yeah,
free. I
yeah,
think Ray can do bad things, maybe, but
sure.
yeah, I was real scared early on after the 2 wipes I took in Eblan, because that felt pretty bad. I mean, I'm like, I should
Right,
just be
yeah.
firing them with Edge.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to get there. But yeah, you played very, very well.
Thank you.
The Berthic, of the 4 players that were on Restream today racing the seed, you were the last one to find Darkness, which is interesting. What made you want to fade Ordeal for so long?
I got the Magma Key and was like, okay, I'll check my freebies. And Vanilla Pan feels bad, but like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm just gonna keep doing it. And then I got Pinktail, and somewhere in there was Earth Crystal. I'm like, I'm gonna fill up my party. I knew there was, I think I might have had the Sand Ruby by then, and I'm like, you know, maybe I'd slingshot a Cecil in here. There was an Excalibur for sale, which didn't end up mattering. So it was kind of that, you know, I wanted to do Eblan before Ordeals, and then it just kind of led down a chain from there that took me away from it until I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I'm glad I did with the gauntlet in the hero room. I haven't seen that before. Like, I'm glad I was pretty overpowered and could just kick them all instead of having to single target them.
Yeah, you know, since you did Ordeals a little later, that was a bit easier for you than the other runners, for sure, so.
Yeah.
Another question I had is, when you went up the Tower of Babel to trade in or use that tower key for that objective, you chose to do top of tower. We saw a few other runners who chose not to do that, just did the trap chest, did the tower key, and take off. What made you want to do that Mamba?
Boy, some of it was experience. Because I was kind of debating, after Ordeals, I was really debating what to do next. Because, hey, I can slingshot this Cecil, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to mess with that. And I wish I could say it was calculated, but I didn't realize the trap chest were so low XP value that he still was below the median by the time I got there. So I'm like, yeah, I'll finish it off. I didn't feel, you know, I knew that the King Queen Eblan was going to be easy, but I was worried about the evil wall and clearing that. And I still didn't know what was up on the moon, because I wasn't going to do battle. But, you know, I've either got to do Cave Bahamut or Masamune Altar, and I was going to probably need some levels for those, but ended up I didn't really. And I think I might have been at 9. I don't remember when I got the 10th key item exactly. I don't remember if it was the adamant or something else in there. But yeah, the simple answer is a big part of it was experience, because I was pretty sure Edge could at least carry that fight, probably.
Well, it definitely paid off for you. I mean, you ended up finding every single objective open to you today: Pinktail, Secret Cannon, and Forge. You managed to dodge a lot of very nasty bosses. Down there at the Masamune altar with a Rubicon waiting for you. Up on the Giant, at least at Elements, is a Dark Imp, and we have yet to see what is at Giant 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you definitely judoed through it.
Oh.
Was that kind of on your mind when you started the seed? You saw that Giant objective and you're like, I'm going to go find something else to do.
Yeah. I was actually, I have not practiced the. Oh wait. Well, random fights have no XP, right? There is no D machine.
Right.
Duh. So yeah, that was. Yeah. It's unless something pushed me hard in that direction for some reason. Like I don't. You've got 3 moon objectives between Cave Bahamut, Masamune, and Giant, and I can't think of anything that would make me want to do Giant unless I looked at both of the other ones. Like went all the way down the moon, looked at both of them, and I'm like, no. Like if there was a DKC at one of those, and I don't know what at the other.
Oh sure. I mean, yeah, Giant's always on the last on my list as well, so I don't blame you for that.
Yeah.
All right, so one last question I have for you, Berthic, is that with your victory today over Fallgran and the previous victory by Blaze over Scythe Marshall earlier in the week, you've taken this match over What's the Big Ordeal. So how you feeling?
Good. I really wasn't sure. I've had seeds go way over 2 hours, and this, like I said, this is, I think, faster than anything I did in practice. So that's a little reassuring. The last time I was in a tournament, I definitely had some crazy jet seeds, and I wouldn't call this that, but it was good to see a low time.
Yeah, 122 is outstanding. So
Absolutely.
Clearly you've been practicing.
Thanks. And I'm still laughing about the 10 stack of cloth armor I bought.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, amazing.
I think I bought arrows, and then I wanted to buy like 1 headband, and I ended up with a 10 stack of headbands, and the cursor slipped, and I bought a 10 stack of cloth armors. And I'm glad it wasn't something more expensive.
You could make Berserk Badger t-shirts for us all now.
We're 30 a J crew.
Yeah, right. Well, definitely excellently played and great time on the seed. There's a lot of variance with the time, so but yeah, I'd be happy to get a 122. So
absolutely.
Well, I'm pretty much out of questions. Berthic, any final thoughts tonight?
Just, thanks to all of you on the Restream team, and looking forward to next week.
Well done, and we'll be watching. I'll be looking forward to watching you guys take on. Who are you taking on? You're taking on Last Minute Decisions, I believe. So that'll be another exciting matchup.
Yep.
it's like we've got some dark imp fight going on up there.
Oh yeah.
Times 2.
Yeah, Tybalt Reckon both taking on Dark Imp simultaneously. Pretty much the first individual done with this particular fight, and the following fight will win that particular match. Reckon's been up here for a little longer than Tybalt, chomping away at these Dark Imps, and one finally goes down, but yeah. 105,000 HP damage to do up here is quite a bit. And with that been done as well, looks like Fallgrant has joined us.
Howdy.
GG's.
GG's, Fallgrant.
GG's. That was a tough one. I can't be mad. I mean, the hour 22 is a hell of a time to finish in.
Sure, absolutely.
But yeah, that was it's interesting. I very, very, very glad to have participated.
Yeah, so you found Go mode relatively early, at around 30-ish minutes. What was going through your head at that point where you're like, I have a darkness crystal, a tower key, and a magma key. I can pretty much finish a seed.
It was more, at that point, it was more like, okay, get the equipment that I need and maybe some experience. And then I went down underground, hit the trap chest in Cave of Summons and reset, forgetting to that I didn't save. So that
Right.
set me back mentally.
I know that's definitely hard and understandable in a race. I've been there as well, where I've slipped a save, and it's difficult to come back from. But you honestly played very well after that.
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to in this seed set. It's hard to beat hour 22 for sure. I'm happy with my performance, especially for my first broadcasted race.
Yeah.
Just glad I was able to do it or be restreamed and run with my brother Raquette. So,
Oh
hopefully.
gosh,
We've been saying wreck it all day long.
He answers the both.
Okay.
please don't let me we've made jokes about that for a very long time.
Or you and Rekit like co-located right now?
He's actually about 19 hours away from me.
Oh, okay. Not exactly
this was-
co-located.
Yeah. So actually, like, free enterprise during quarantine was like our main way of staying sane.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's awesome.
So what did you find to be the most challenging part of the seed?
Just getting going without really like a dedicated healer. I had Tella and I had an early Stardust Rod, which definitely helped considerably. But things would look at him funny, and he'd be taking a dirt nap, and made it more difficult for my more melee-focused characters to stand up to really much anything.
Yeah, it's always difficult when Tella's your white mage.
I was super happy with the random shop check where I found the Stardust Rod.
Yeah.
That definitely made the early going a lot easier. But yeah, I took that Rosa late game. Regretted it almost instantly, but.
No, it's always hard to reject a Rosa, so I totally get that. I mean,
But yeah, it was for my first race. I'm definitely happy for where I was. I'll can't say enough of good things about Burstick's run. It's gonna be fun to see on the playback. The differences.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember my first run, I got absolutely stomped by a very well-known name in the community by like 40 minutes, and I'm like, oh boy, what did I sign up for? But you played exceptionally well, way better than I did during my first run. So cheers to
I
you.
appreciate it.
yeah,
Thank you guys
my
so
first.
much.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No. It's good.
I was just gonna say my first restream. I don't even know how I got through the seed, honestly. So yeah, GG for sure.
But I'll let you go. It looks like my brother's all queued up. So thank you guys again, and looking forward to more races in this tournament.
Sure. Best of luck next week. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
Thanks, Valgran.
All right, and as we were in interviews with both Bursic and Falgran, Rekit has finished up the Giant, getting through that Leviathan at Giant 2, and momentarily should be finishing up and claiming victory over Tybalt.
The waiting game waiting for that last screen to pop up so you can hit done.
Yeah, it's a very stressful situation. It takes like 50 seconds to kill that boss and go through this final cutscene. It's like, is someone going to snipe me?
Right.
Is Tybalt almost
It
done?
could happen.
It could. But it didn't. GG's to Rekit finishing over Tybalt in his head-to-head matchup. Rekit, how'd it go?
Oh, it's going. Coming down from the the high there.
So how do you feel about Dark Imps, and do you ever want to see them again?
Not for a good long time.
We got a heaping helping.
I just, I'm just glad I had that second Moonveil laying around.
Yeah, the seed was very generous with its Moonveils, at least. We can say that. How did you feel about your party composition, not having a white mage, dealing with Tella?
That was the one thing going into like the home stretch that I was just sitting there like, if I could have. I was feeling pretty good about finding the early Sand Ruby and getting the Cecil, but yeah, not having a white mage just made things a little tougher.
Right, totally. I mean, you played very, very well, though, despite all that. When 136 is great time.
That's honestly, that is, out of all the practice seats I've done, that was the best time I've had so far. So I'm glad that, I'm glad that happened now instead of all of my practice seats being really fast.
Sure, yeah, it's always the way you want it to work out, for sure.
We were chatting with your brother beforehand, and he let us know this was his first race. Was this also your first restream races too?
Yep, this is the first tournament either of us have entered in. Been a long time watcher, but we saw that this was a group thing, and we decided that would be the best time for us to make our debut.
Huh? Well, heck of a performance tonight, coming away with not only your debut, but a victory on your debut.
It's
very well done.
Thank you. That's
So,
yeah, coming into this, I had a few small goals. I wanted to walk away with at least one win this tournament, so I'm good for the rest. I can take it easy now.
1 down, 7 more to go.
Oh yeah.
But how was that Ruby down at Mossbean Altar? I saw that you walked away from it. What was going through your mind when you saw it and are like, well, crap?
I was the whole run down the lunar. I was just thinking, come on, be easy. Let me finish here. I feel like, and then Ruby popped up, and I'm like, for half a second, I couldn't remember how good the magic was in this spot, and then he hit me with the first counterfire too, and I'm like, oh right.
Yeah. Yeah, that fire 2 there is a little shocking for sure.
Yeah, and then seeing the quad 9 glare was
It's demoralizing.
A little bit.
But still, regardless, you bounced right back. Knew that you had the alternative objective up there on the giant, and got through it relatively quickly. You had a lot of dark imp HP that you had to deal with, so well done. And one other question I had too is, you decided to do the Flame Dog relatively early compared to everyone else. Found that Sand Ruby. I'm pretty sure you remembered at that point it was a Cecil. How excited were you, knowing that you pretty much had the guy and had probably already spied an Excal by that point?
I really am glad I don't have a webcam when I was doing that, because I was fist pumping pretty vigorously as I was leaving the tower.
Yeah, I bet we could feel it.
Well, I'm pretty much out of questions. Flossie, do you have anything for our winner tonight, Wreck-It?
No, I'm very impressed. First restream, first race. You're doing it. I can't wait to follow your progress through this.
Appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, GG's.
Looks like Tipple is finishing up his Leviathan right now over in Giant 2. And as long as Kane makes it happen...
Ooh, yeah.
Let's think we'll be taking a second attempt at that Leviathan instead.
Yeah, Ice 2 is really kind of the nasty thing in that spot.
Yep, but Tybalt's an old hand at this, knows all the strategies to get through a rough Leviathan at a rough spot. I'm sure he'll have a much easier time the second time around.
Absolutely.
So Flossie, our first week is almost over for this tournament. How are you feeling through it?
Well, I've had a bunch of fun. It was actually my off week, so I've been just chilling with sunglasses on this whole time, but I'm about to get a reality check for next week, I'm sure. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. So let's see. You are, I believe, on Team No Springs, right?
Team No Springs, yep.
You've got Silvera's Petting Zoo coming up next week. Have you been spying your opponents at all?
Yeah, I've been doing a little like creepy lurking and, strategizing and stuff like that. So, I feel like I need to get a few more practice sessions under my belt, but I'll be ready for it. I'll put up a good fight.
I like it. Confidence is good.
I know. I shouldn't be so confident. My chat's always warning me against that. But yeah, there's pretty much no team that I'm not, intimidated by. So like the teams are really well put together.
Yeah, I'm sure the admins put in a lot of work to get a balanced amount of teams as possible. And at least looking at the record as a whole, it looks like they got exactly what they were going for. But Tybalt is through that. Leviathan will be complete with his seed momentarily. And, yeah, GG's to him. See if we can get him in here for an interview.
GG's Tybalt.
Oh, there he is. Tybalt. What's shaking? GG's.
GG's.
GG's Tybalt. Well played.
Damn.
I know.
You want to know how I honestly really feel? There's also that comes up after the congratulations. That's actually how I feel this kind of went.
Great.
It kind of goes to the whole naming thing that we kind of came up with for our team. I hope it actually does show. It didn't show. No.
Oh no, I see it. I see it. Oh, there it is. There. No,
He's still wearing shorts though.
There in all its glory.
It's really hard to find shorts with winter gifts, so at least that are appropriate. Let's put it that way.
You need to be the change you want to see in the world, Tybalt.
Fleece-lined shorts.
So I know I saw Cecil at Sand Ruby. Was he also at Baron or Hook?
He was up his Zot.
Yeah, I saw it. I know.
Along with the Hook.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, they're the Hook up there on Zot along with the Cecil. So if you didn't want to do that, Giant, you actually didn't have to.
I did see that Adam was at the top of the tower, and it's like a better white mage or Cecil changes that completely.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell it with the beat so slow.
He's so slow. He's just slow.
And I'm like, cool. I've got a free way through Evil Wall. I just need to use my Moon Veil and a ribbon. Cool, I'm through. Hey, I get one from King Spot. Awesome. I have Val protection now.
Right.
And then you had no problem with that Rubicon either.
Oh yeah, I
was...
picked up an ice weapon for Kane just on the off chance because I have had Ruby rear his head quite often lately. So it's like, I've got a Kane, let's get an ice brander and Blizzard Spear.
Yeah, you made pretty short work of him.
Well, Tybalt, I'm sorry you didn't get the victory over Rekka tonight, but your team did get the match victory over What's the Big Ordeal. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I played the best I could, and I think that's something else I may have to train myself on is not having an exact better white mage. Having the old man kind of hurts.
It hurts. It really does.
I think I played it very well. Like, and the Fame March was great when I got down there. Same with Dwarf. The only issues I had with was the dimps.
I mean, they were just the worst. It was making everybody mad to see them. So.
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh, dimps are free. Okay, it's not
Right.
DKC, it's not Wyvern, even though I have a Dragoon Lance. Like, it's not Baigan. I knew the sisters were off the table. It's not CP. Like, a lot of the nasty bosses weren't there, so I was happy.
Right, and in this flag set, it's kind of easy. I mean, you know, you might kind of think that you have options you don't. I mean, I often forget that with dimps, so they can definitely be quite nasty.
I mean, yeah, when I found the darkness on our deals, I'm like, okay, I'm in Magma Go mode. As I was thinking, going up our deals, like, I'm in darkness Magma Go mode. Darkness shows up. Well, okay, I'm now in Magma Go mode. Yay.
Right.
Then pulling the Legend Sword out of Eblan, I'm like, okay, I gotta do Babel. Hopefully, Spike, the Adamant, please.
Yeah, we could definitely feel the adamant hunt going on for sure.
If I just got to the top, I would have had it.
It's and then in Monbon though, it's just you think like, oh, that boss is just like takes so long, and I know, it's just.
Oh, I didn't even go that high. Like I hit the last trap chest,
okay,
which was at the tower key, and I just left.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I just like don't blame you two for not wanting to finish that out for sure.
Yeah, because I had the path to go, and I was gonna take it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, who could blame you for that?
You know, sometimes it's the hill to preferably fall over on.
Right.
Like, it's an interesting situation. You were the first racer tonight in Go mode. You're the first one that had the tower key, the darkness crystal, the magma key. And in a way, it kind of was a curse because at that point you kind of just like tunnel vision. You're like, I have my 6 objectives. I'm going to go do them. And without finding any of the alternative objectives, not finding that adamant, for example, or chasing that pink tail or anything like that, it led you to some of the most difficult fights that I've seen on a potion party seed. So it's an interesting level of like an interesting wrinkle on this flag set. It's like you could find your go mode, but is it really the best thing to do to chase it immediately?
Yeah, and there was things like that. How much time do I spend on trying to find the guy? Since I know he's in the seat, he could be just at the sand jury, nowhere else. How much time do you spend? And that's something I was talking about Sheep the other day. I was like, how much time do you spend looking for something when you know you have a path? If you get that Cecil, do you make up the time you spent getting him? And with as many key item checks that I had left, it was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make up time.
I mean, it makes perfect sense.
I think in many other seeds, your decision making makes perfect sense, and doesn't just make perfect sense, but actually works out in your favor. It just didn't tonight, unfortunately.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's always next time.
Yeah.
There is. How are you feeling about your next matchup against last minute decisions?
Yeah, I'd have to review the team, but I feel pretty comfortable, I'd say. But the thing is, you can't really sleep on anybody. There's a lot of good racers in here, and even, you know, I keep the race room open, and I saw that, you know, my partner finished first. I'm like, cool. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's. So
it took a little tension off it.
It took a little tension off, but I don't think as much as it could have. But it definitely did kind of like, okay, cool. I don't have to make sure we can get our match out against, you know, what's the big ordeal. So, I mean, what's our next team? I can't think of it.
Last minute decisions.
Last minute decisions. I was trying to see who I have in there. That, you know, who's all in that team.
Oh, that team is Loof, Zaldi, Starman, and Bardic Panda.
Yeah, so. I mean, I've definitely seen all 3 of those runners, so I mean, I'm a little shaken in my shorts.
Well, it's not winter anymore, so you don't have to wear them.
Yeah.
No, We're all in the upper Midwest. There's
Yeah.
always a second and third winter, okay?
Just get those pants you can unzip and turn into shorts. You're good.
I used to love those.
Very functional.
All right, any other questions for me?
No, I'm all good. Floss, you got anything?
I'm good. Tybalt, well run, and GG.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks for doing the restream and the commentating and tracking.
Best of luck next week, Tybalt. Thanks for being on Restream tonight.